This is a presentation by me. This is called Men Shouldn't Have Feet.
He peed in the pool? And I was like, yeah. And everyone was like, whoa, he peed in the pool.
Hi, everybody. Today, you know what? It is such a good day. I have to get off my chest right now. If you're watching the pod visually, you can see my coffee and you can see the corner of my laptop because Isabella and I record via Zoom because surprise, we're not in the same place. And it's because I just had an accident. I will just say that before I incriminate myself.
Simone peed her little wee.
I peed on myself. Actually, that's kind of believable.
I know.
Maybe we should have
Well, that's actually a good segment into today's topic.
It is.
Which is what is and what isn't gross.
Exactly. And
for those of you... Go ahead. You take it away.
If you have never been here before, if you've never seen our faces, or if you've never heard our voices, we are...
If you've never seen this tush...
Okay. We are the Swipe Talk Girls. We host a show called Swipe Talk that is literally everywhere. I could list every single platform, but we're literally everywhere. And the people were like, please, we need a podcast. And we were like, oh my God, fine. So then we started a podcast. And this is us here. And do you want to tell them why it's called Opposites Attract?
Our show's called Opposites Attract because Simone and I are very different people. Like, as you can tell just by our setups, our backgrounds. I don't even want to tell them. You know what? It.
Okay.
Show's called Opposite Attracts. We don't need to explain. They'll get it.
Yeah. If you don't know why the show is called Opposites Attract, you will soon get it through this episode.
Yeah.
But my girl, Isabella, she keeps me fresh. She keeps me young. And generally, like, when we were thinking about the concept of the show, I was like, okay, so Isabella will, like, pull them in with the silly, the joke, the laugh. Yeah. And then Simone will, like, ground them in the serious. But, baby.
Yes.
Today
we're flipping.
Today we're flipping and flopping.
Because if there's one thing you should all know, women are more than one thing.
Period. Women are what you might call, I don't know,
Simone
dynamic.
is drama. Isabella is comedy. Here's the thing. With a woman, they are versatile and they can do it all. They can do everything. So stop putting women in boxes.
Yeah, I saw you put us in a box.
Take that box cutter.
And cut us out.
Come on out, girls. It's a party. Like a Christmas puppy you gave to a new little baby toddler. Pop on out. Like the girls are coming out of the box.
What are we coming out of the box to talk about today, Isabella?
So today's topic is one that is very near and dear, specifically to Simone.
It is.
This is something that she came to me and she said, the people must know about this. And it is in regards to men's feet.
Exactly.
And I will say, when I heard what Simone is about to come out, I was jarred. I could say with the absolute confidence of the world that I had never heard something quite like this before.
Great.
And I am excited for you to share your truth with the rest of the world.
I'm here to share my truth. And you know what? One thing about me, I'm a stand in my shit. So we need to talk about this. I want to say also, shout out to our patrons who have already heard me soft launch this theory. It's an unpopular opinion, but you know what? If you're going to have an unpopular opinion, you better stand in it. But you know what? Let's talk about it. Here's how I feel. I caught a glimpse of a man's feet one too many times. And I was like, you can't laugh. I'm trying to be serious with you.
I know, but just, I caught a glimpse as if they are something hidden away. Like Simone being like,
they should be.
My eyes were assaulted by something very disturbing. Simone being like, I saw something that no one will believe.
No one will believe what the fuck I had to see. So after experiencing that, I thought to myself, I don't think that men should have feet. And I really went down the thought process of why I think that, and then what solutions we can find for that. Because not only am I going to have an opinion, I'm going to have solutions. Like, I'm not going to come to you with a problem without solutions. Like, that's stupid. So today I would like to talk to you all about why men shouldn't have feet. I have prepared a PowerPoint for us all to go through together in order to talk about it.
For those who are visual, you'll be able to see, but for those who are audio, I can describe what we're looking at here. And I also wanted to put on the record, Simone stands alone in this.
And I'm a standalone.
So for those who don't know, we are looking at a purple PowerPoint presentation that Simone has just instructed our coordinator to present in presentation mode.
Please. Thank you so much.
Please. She also used the word, I want it to be noted by the stenographer, the word please was used.
Thank you so much. This is a presentation by me. This is called Men Shouldn't Have Feet.
Okay.
You cannot laugh.
Okay.
A Persuasive Presentation by Simone Nicole. Let's talk about why men shouldn't have feet.
I wish you had a laser pointer.
Me too. Next time. First point. They aren't using them for anything good. Also, next, I have never seen a pair of men's feet that didn't make me viscerally upset. The next one. They are always ashy. Oh. My next point. They don't take care of them. And my last and final point. They are a jump scare every time I look down and they are naked. And what I want to say is, you know what? Take a second and really think about the times that you've seen men's feet. And I dare you to disagree with me on at least one of those points. Just one.
I am so sorry. Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Was that the entire presentation?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I wanted to break to talk to the audience. About feelings I was having.
Can you imagine if the entire presentation was just
that
one slide with those 6 points? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points. And that's it. Please. When you say they aren't using them for anything good.
Right.
May I?
Of course.
Okay, thank you. I want you to give a TED Talk on this. Guys, if you're here and anybody knows Ted, tell Ted that we've got something to talk about.
We do.
When you say they aren't using them for anything good, what about walking places and or dancing? And mayhaps even a cartwheel.
Okay. I will answer that question just in one moment inside of the presentation.
Oh, I understand.
Exactly.
We're saving all the arguments for your solution to the given problem.
Exactly. I have a rebuttal page. It's completely fine.
I apologize.
Okay. So what should they have, Simone? I'm glad you asked, friend. Feet that come off for the... Sorry, looking at Mr. Potato Head really sent me.
We are looking at an image of Mr. Potato Head.
Yes, exactly. He is the blueprint. They will have work feet.
For those who are not watching visually, I'm looking at 2 pairs of Mr. Potato pop-out dress shoes.
Next slide, please. They have leisure feet. And of course, I'm not a monster. They have their relaxation feet, aka their slippers. So these are all of the sets that men get. It's not as though they just don't get anything. You can have sets of feet for whatever occasion. I'm pretty sure that the next question that most of us have, which is something that Isabella brought up to me, do they get a set of bare feet? No, they do not.
So for those who are not watching visually, we have on the left a cartoon of Mr. Potato Head laying flat, footless. And on the right, we have one young potato with shoes.
That's a woman, and the woman has shoes.
Oh.
The woman has shoes.
I apologize. I didn't understand that the woman who was standing, the potato head that was standing was a woman. And that's why she has feet. And the firefighter potato beside her
no feet.
Does not have feet.
No feet. Great. Please, next slide. Well, Simone, that doesn't seem very reasonable. I disagree.
And once again, for those who are not visually looking, we have an image of the bottom of a Barbie doll's legs with their feet ripped off.
Yes. This is men in the house when they don't like, it's like being barefoot. They just have their nubs. And for all of the people that are saying, it's not fair that they only get nubs to walk around in the house. Next slide, please. The girls have been with the shit. The girls have been with the shit. The girls have been footless for years. Don't act like you didn't have your Bratz doll. Sometimes you lost a foot. Sometimes she lost a shoe. Inevitably, and she had to still stand on her own 2 nubs. And my bitches always did it.
These are women dolls.
Exactly. I'm proving that women have always done things and made a way. And I just feel like men, you'll find a way.
Like if the women dolls could do it, the men human could do it.
There we go. Period. Now, all of you guys, I'm sure, are upset with me for this. Whoever is out there that's upset with me for this take. Sure.
Okay.
I would like for you to go to the next slide, please. I want to know. If you're not visual, I need you to be visual. I need you to get on this podcast right now, and I need you to look at the pair of men's feet up on this screen. I want to ask, is this what you are willing to die for on that hill that you are atop?
On that hill that you are atop.
Yeah.
Those who are not visual, we are looking at
Toes.
a slideshow that Simone has presented of different presumably men's feet.
And it is sick. It is upsetting. The amount of trauma that I put myself through to put this together, I am sick. But I pushed through.
The truth has to come out.
The truth has to come out. Can we please go to my second to last slide? In conclusion, men don't need feet because, 1, they don't take care of them. When you don't take care of things, sometimes things get taken away. Okay. Next point. They are scary. They are scary. I am scared when I look down at them. And my last and final point, they won't be able to leave to go cheat on you at night because you have their feet.
Oh.
And that is my presentation. Please hit the last slide for them. That is my presentation as to why I don't think that men should have feet. Much.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is how I feel. That is my truth. And to all of our male listeners, because we do have men that listen to us, not as much as they used to. We're really getting them out and we're bringing girls in. I love it. But you know what? If you're a man that's listening to this, maybe re-examine your relationship with your feet. You know, like maybe just give them a little TLC, because I refuse to get underneath the cover with another man and he puts his freaking crusty talons on me. I can't look down another pair of flip-flops. Huh. Do you want to hear a fucking ick, bitch?
Sure.
When men have on thong flip-flops in the summer.
Sure.
And they go flip, 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 flip,
Sure.
flip, 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 flip. A grown man.
Let me step in here.
Okay.
I will support my friend Simone
Period.
and the work that she's put in.
Period.
She had something to say and she said it. And that's important to sometimes say things that have been in your heart that you feel like need to be said.
Period.
Not always, but sometimes.
Sometimes.
I think this was a beautiful presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you. I personally do not find the same repulsion in men's feet.
That's fair.
That my friend Simone does.
That's fair.
Which leads us perfectly into this next topic of what is gross, what is not gross. It's a very dichotomous thing.
It is.
Where Simone is repulsed by men's feet.
I am.
I don't really have a strong opinion on them. Whereas there are other things that some people are perplexed or disgusted by that mayhaps Simone may be neutral by. So we're going to go through a few quick topics and discuss whether or not we personally find them to incite our gross genes.
Our gross reactive feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was gross.
Speaking of gross.
Oh, that was gross. One thing that Isabella does that, like, I don't think that you know how much it, like, does something very deeply to me. It's when she fucking burps.
It grosses you out?
It grosses me out so deeply.
I didn't know that.
Because you do it because you're, like, funny. But I'm not a body humor girl, though. That's the thing. I'm not like a body comedy.
Also, like,
body
my
humor
digestive tract is screwed the hell up. So it's not like I'm giving I'm like,
no, she's like out of nowhere.
Which is so funny because I don't find burps gross at all. I don't know why they're found gross. I don't get it. I think they're fun. I don't think there should be any shame in burping. Also, we all do it. It's literally our digestive tract releasing. And for those of us who have mayhaps IBS, mayhaps SIBO, all the girls that have really bad digestive tract issues that have Googled the hell out of these things, you know that it is painful to hold in a burp. Sometimes that is the only thing that we can release that gives us some sort of relief. So I think we should stop the stigma against a burp. It's not hurting anyone.
It's not the burp. It's your style of burp. That's what I burp all the time. I just burp. I will go and I'll be like, oh my gosh, excuse me.
What are you doing down there, secret?
I literally
that I don't like. I don't like secret.
Please tell us down in the comment section. Tell us on Spotify, because y'all can talk to us on Spotify, which is so freaking cool. Tell us down in the comment section. Do you agree with me on my burps, or do you agree with Isabella? Also, this is a perfect way to segue us into gross or not.
The first topic is peeing in pools, gross or not. You said fucking disgusting.
Fucking disgusting.
So this is a topic that really hit close to home for me.
It did.
Because
I remember this.
Yes, because I was telling a story in my workplace. I know what you're all thinking. Was this an appropriate story to tell in professional work meetings?
No, none of our stories are.
Yes, and like professionalism is a trick. Professionalism is steeped in like make-believe, like it's boys wearing suits and like being like, this is what is considered professional. So I say fuck that, but also play the game you gotta play to get where you gotta do.
Well, also we work for a very liberal company. In a lot of ways.
Yeah. And also we work in entertainment, and I think entertainment is an entirely different scope of what professionalism is and what's appropriate to share. Having said that, I was in the pool with a friend. Can you imagine if I dropped his full name?
I know.
I was in a pool, and he he peed in the pool while I was there, and he was like, I'm peeing right now. And I was like, oh my, ew. Whatever, moved on.
No, I want you to give more context. This bitch was not like, oh, nice day at the pool, we're just like flapping around. This was for a like, she needed to be in there to figure some things out.
Yes, we were rehearsing a synchronized swim routine.
Yes,
I was rehearsing a synchronized swim routine with a friend of mine.
Do you know what has to happen for a synchronized swim routine? I'm sorry, you have to duck, weave, bob, flip, dip, dive, turn around, up, down, kick, butterfly,
zigzag, cross the floor, shuffle in diagonal.
And this bitch is like, you're so funny, you pee-peed.
That is not what I did. I went, ew, gross. Moral of the story, I was explaining the story to the boss.
Not just the boss, our entire team.
Yes, and everyone kind of froze. And I was like, wait, why is everyone acting crazy? I don't think, even though I don't think it's necessarily the right thing to do, I don't think it is that taboo. And the way, I mean, maybe I work with the sterilest people in town, the cleanest pools in this side of Mississippi, but everyone like reacted in a way that I could have said he murdered a squirrel. And so that's when I was like, wait a second, none of you have ever peed in a pool. And all these little freaks were like, no, man.
What we said was, I mean, like maybe like as a kid, but then like past a certain age, absolutely not.
And so I put a poll on my Instagram story because I am nothing if not a scientist.
True.
And one thing you're going to gather from this specific episode is that I am a scientist because I did research.
Period.
And I said to the people, I said, have you peed in a pool since the age of 12?
Yes.
And let me tell you, it is a polarizing topic. People were writing in and no one felt neutrally. People were either like, that is disgusting, that is like reprehensible, or the other half of the argument was, what? People that say they don't pee in pools are liars. Like, everyone pees in a pool. It's not a big deal. There's chlorine, yada, yada, yada. Here's where I share a fact, you guys. Did you know when you go to a pool and it smells like chlorine?
Yeah.
Chlorine
doesn't have a smell.
No scent. And the only reason chlorine smells like chlorine is because it's mixed with the smell of urine.
Yep. Urine and probably all the other bacteria that's inside of a pool. There has been some times where I've gone into a pool, like just inside of the building, and literally my eyes are burning because of how deep the chlorine smell was. And I took swimming lessons as a child. Shout out to me. I could literally be a lifeguard, like how far I'm certified, whatever. But that pool smelled deeply.
So, and do you pee in the ocean?
No.
Oh, okay. Because then people are like, well, the ocean's another story because it's so big.
It's true. I mean, it is another story, but I really, really try, especially, okay, this is kind of random, but Isabella, you told me this and I'll never forget. You were like, it's really bad to pee standing up because it weakens your pelvic floor. And I was like, oh.
A pelvic floor therapist told me that it becomes harder to like release and hold when you like teach your body that it's okay to release when standing. It becomes much more common for you to pee your pants. And I also learned it's common, but it's not normal for you to pee a little bit when sneezing and or laughing. It's signs of a weak pelvic floor.
It is.
And everybody should see a pelvic floor therapist.
Did you know that in other countries, because America is fucking trash with women giving birth, that in other countries it is standard for women to go through pelvic floor therapy after they give birth? Standard.
You're kidding me. Oh, that makes me, well, obviously sad for the US, but that makes me really happy that other women are getting that benefit. That's awesome.
True. We have to move
Thank you, other countries, for looking out for our girls.
The next one is the word moist. I have no feelings about the word moist.
Me neither. I don't know what that trend was.
Me either. They're like, oh my gosh.
That was bizarre.
Yeah, I feel like that was almost like trendy to dislike the word.
It was. And I'm like, did anyone actually dislike the word? And I think there's a lot of power. And I know everyone's like, ugh, shut up to everyone that said that they didn't like, shut fuck. Even when it was cool, I was like, you guys, moist is a cake.
Yeah,
moist
it is.
is a cake.
Yes, it is.
So do you guys not like cake?
Yeah.
But I bet there was one really beautiful bitch named
Deborah.
I was going to say Terabithia. named Deborah Terabithia, who said, ew, the word moist is disgusting. And the power that Terabithia held, that people then ran with that, is something really admirable, is all I'll say. But no, the word moist does not gross me out.
Yeah, no.
The 5-second rule. Do you eat something if it's fallen on the ground and it's faster than 5 seconds, or do you find it gross?
I don't think that we're the right people. Because it's funny how polarizing we are on certain things, and then on other things, we're exactly on the same page. I don't give a fuck, especially if it's in my own home. And
I'm the opposite.
Really?
But, like, I don't know if I can trust how well I clean my floors. First of all, like, sorry, like, scrub-a-dub-dub, I'm trying my best. I'm just a baby girl. I try to clean my floor, but I'm like,
wait, literally rewind back to our second episode. Isabella has a bruise on her knee. That bruise is because she was on her hands and knees in her kitchen scrubbing her kitchen tiles. So she tries.
So I'm trying. I'm really trying to do the whole, like, girl who has it all. But it's hard. And it's like floors just get dirty because, like, you're living. And then you're like, oh, you don't have to take off your shoes. But then you're like, but my floors aren't sterile
you don't
anymore.
have to take off your shoes. You cannot get past my doorway. Take your shoes off.
So that's different. Well, and also I'm like, I don't know if I trust, because my floors are like tile, like grainy tile, where I'm like, shit kind of like is hard to get out of there. Yeah. So I'm like, I feel like there's like years of history of people that lived here before me.
Yeah, there is.
Here's the thing, and this has changed for me as an adult, even though I'm not an adult. Sorry, this has changed in me since I've turned 7. I like play a much less risky game in regards to germs. Maybe that could be because of COVID. But I will not. If something drops on the floor for 5 seconds, I will not eat it because I'm scared of getting sick. Because now I'm like, oh shoot, I would have to like go to the doctor. It's not like I get a day off from school. Like that would actually really inconvenience my life. And I'm like, really, like, that's a really adult way of thinking.
I think that that's interesting that you bring up the point of like fear of getting sick. Isabella is someone that, like, you don't get sick often, but you definitely get sick more than I do. But what I will say though is that I never get sick. First of all, I don't leave my house. That's number 1. Number 2, I've never been like a sickly child ever. And then number 3, I think that I, especially when it comes to food, I have built my stomach up to be a stomach of steel, because I am the type of person, like, not only will I drop something on the floor and still eat it, let it be in my house, fuck you, I'm eating it. If it's anywhere that's not my house, I'm not gonna eat it. But if it's in my own home, I'm picking it up off the floor, I'm eating it. What are you talking about? And then also, I don't give a shit if something is left out overnight. I'm sorry. I'm still going to eat it. Don't care if they said to refrigerate it. Unless it's like dairy.
Whoa.
I'm eating
You're
it.
brave. You are so brave.
Like if I fall asleep
Simone's immune system is literally the Transformers being like, that's awesome.
It takes a lot. And even when like I eat something and it isn't good, it generally passes through me really quickly. And I can feel it right away when I'm eating something fucked up. But no, I have like a stomach of steel.
Okay, next. Say it to my face.
Letting your dog kiss you in the mouth.
Not in the mouth.
Bitch,
on the mouth.
Nope. I don't
the
see
word
any
says
on
the mouth.
I don't see any motherfucking difference. Okay, it's all the same to me. I don't give a shit if he licks you on the corner of the lip. He kissed you in the mouth. He kissed you inside of your mouth.
Well, here's what I'm going to say.
Absolutely not.
Well, first of all,
Isabella is a dog. That's number 1.
I am a dog, so those are my people. So watch out. Yeah. I obviously am like, mwah, 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 we're kissing. I love dogs so much. And obviously, if they kiss me on the mouth, what am I going to do? Reject? No, I'm going to say, thank you. I love you. I'm not going to say, don't kiss me.
You're not even getting near my face. I don't even want you to lick me on my face. Well, you licked your balls.
Okay. Well, get this. You know the old saying?
I know, a dog's mouth is cleaner than a person's.
It's not. I Googled it because, once again, I'm a scientist. Literally, my therapist has told me to stop using Google, and I just can't. I love Google. I love to go and discover everything. It's not that a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's. It's that the bacteria in a dog's mouth does not affect a human being. It's like different bacteria that they've picked up. So a kiss from a dog is less likely to get you sick than a kiss from a person.
I'm not.
And I've gotten sick from kisses from people. I'm looking at you. Beep, 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 beep.
Me?
No,
You kissed
I'm
me?
talking to specifically one person.
Oh, I was like, you kissed me? We kissed in the mouth and you got sick?
No.
was like,
I
wait,
think he
what?
gave me bronchitis. And the moral of that story is maybe sometimes don't kiss a boy. Because you know what? Regardless of how many, I've kissed a lot more dogs than I've kissed boys, and I've never gotten sick from them. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. There's nothing in the world that can make me let a dog lick me in my face. But I think that I'm the unpopular You know what? Our audience is quite split. I'm like, this might be the racial divide. This might be the single racial divide of Swipe Talk. It's all of my people being like, absolutely not. And then everybody in the comment section that is Caucasian being like, no, of course, dogs can lick me in my mouth. Who cares? I really do think that is like a cultural thing at this point. Like, I don't know.
I'm not saying I'm right. I'm right. I understand why people are grossed out by dogs licking them on the lips. I get it. I'm just saying I'm not. Are you grossed out by people blowing out the birthday candle on their cake for you to eat?
No, I'm not.
I'm not either.
And that's fucked
Some
up.
people are grossed out because they say your spit gets on the cake, but I say it's my birthday. You're
Whatever.
welcome. You get cake and my spit. You
Period.
get part of the wish, babe. You're welcome. You should pay more for that.
The last point is wearing shoes inside the home. Okay. Yeah, you're not wearing shoes in my house. That's insane to me, because every single germ piece of bacteria everywhere that was outside now is tracking through my house. And I also, like, in my bathroom, Jesus Christ, when I get out of the shower and I'm fully clean and then I put my feet down onto this floor that's infected with outside Fuck.
But what if you're having a dinner party?
Take your shoes off.
No. Because my shoes make my outfit.
No.
And you know what? I will respect anyone that tells me, okay, actually, I'm changing my answer.
Okay.
Anyone that doesn't want me to wear shoes in their house, I will, of course, respect that boundary. I respect your home 100%.
Exactly.
But I would appreciate a heads up, because there are times where I pick out my outfit specifically with my shoe being the center point of the outfit. And then I get there and it's a no shoe household. And I'm like, of course, I'll take it off. And then I am devastated, humiliated.
Like, everyone's looking at your lack of shoes.
I'm so distressed that I'm like, now you don't even understand the outfit anymore. Now I just look like a
fool.
A fool. An fool.
Like a stubby leg man.
Just a reminder, if you're having an event, to the girls that are like me that love a shoe outfit, maybe ask. Say, hey, just checking. Is this a no shoe household? What's the deal? So that you can plan ahead. And wear cute socks, because that's also humiliating when you take off your
please.
And you're wearing socks that don't match the outfit.
Or you're not wearing socks at all.
Okay, well, that I don't relate to, and that.
Oh, I do. I don't like being barefoot in a place where everyone else is like.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't relate to, because I'm never going to be barefoot.
I'm never going to be barefoot. No. Sorry. The last one is beer pong. Beer pong is fucking disgusting.
The ping pong ball has been in everybody's hand and on the floor and in the cup and in the poo and in the butt. I thought that we evolved and in the butt and in the flat and in the front and in the pink and in the stink. And I don't understand why we haven't evolved to just putting water in there. And that's just the cups are just the vibe. That's just the water
vibe.
In what? In what?
Inside of the cups. That's how you're supposed to play beer pong and not be disgusting about it. You put water inside of the cups, and then when you get a cup, you drink your own beer inside in your hand. Stop playing cup pong for real.
That's brilliant.
Stop playing beer pong for real. Like, play it with water.
The gross gene. I am a scientist once again. So I was doing some research. Why do we get grossed out by things? And that was something that I struggled a lot with as a kid, because I loved bugs. I would collect little cicada shells. And I would like line them up on my front porch, and like my mom wouldn't let me let them inside, so I'd have to like build little houses for them. I love bugs. I love an earthworm. I love a worm. I love a caterpillar. I love bugs. And I never understood why people were grossed out by them. I was like, I don't understand, because they're so cute. And then I learned two things. One is that naturally, the gross gene was something that we developed as human beings in our primal nature to protect us from things that will make us sick or things that could be unsafe.
That makes sense.
So in that gene, we developed a feeling of disgust towards these things. And the gross things that we are disgusted by can be divided into 6 different categories. I'm wondering if you, Simone, want to guess any of the 6 different categories.
Can you give me one of the categories so I have something to narrow it down to?
One of the categories is sexual behavior.
Okay, sexual behavior.
That is one of the 6 main categories that is what people are disgusted by.
Okay. Bugs. Or insects.
Yes, that is number 2. Disease-ridden animals.
Okay, period. Differences in moral beliefs?
No.
Wow. Okay. So we have sexual behaviors. We have bugs. What else
Disease-ridden animals.
Or disease-ridden animals. Okay. What else would I be disgusted by? Food that looks gross, or like something that can feed my body. Would that be still
decaying or contaminated foods? Period. Is one of them.
Because I'm thinking of like chunky milk. Like that's viscerally disgusting.
Yeah. Or like mold.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What else?
Anything that could get you sick. Yeah.
What could get me? I was gonna say what could put me in danger.
You have 3 more.
Disgusted. Bodily fluids. Pee poop. Pee poop poop.
So I think that one would go under mayhaps visible lesions and. No, I guess it wouldn't, but I'm going to give you one. Visible lesions and other signs of infection.
Like leprosy.
So I think visible lesions and other signs of infection could also go into like why people are grossed out by like blood and pimples and stuff like that. Okay, the last 2 are poor hygiene and atypical appearance such as deformity.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to be offensive. I was going to say like...
and it is fucked up.
That's true. It's almost like implicit biases that like you don't understand that it's fucked up until like you're confronted with it as an adult. No, but that makes sense though. It's just a fact of like what it is. And I firmly believe that when you learn about something, now you can combat against it.
And vice versa, society and learning and etc. can also make you grossed out by things that wouldn't normally be gross, such as eating out of a dog food dish. That is clean. You could put it through the dishwasher. It's clean, but you've learned by association that that's for the dog.
That's disgusting.
So that's why you wouldn't eat it.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true. No, it's completely true because the thought of me eating out of the same bowl as a dog makes me want to die. Even when I am like putting food, like wet food in a dog's dish, I'm like, even though they're about to like, that's what sustains them. That's their life force, you know, like that's what keeps them, the tails wagging.
You've never had a little nibble of a dog treat?
I absolutely have not. Quick story. There was this boy in middle school. He was really big for his age too. I remember his face. I remember his name, everything perfectly. Let's
drop
name
it.
him. No, I can't.
Michael Sarah.
His name is Michael. His name is not Michael. I think that he just like was weird and like embraced the fact that he was weird and then like did things for attention because he bought a snack size bag of dog food to school and was eating them. If you're not visually watching, then I'm holding up my little bag of Cheez-Its. Imagine this little bag of Cheez-Its but with dog pebble treats things and then, like the dry food that you give dogs, like with that. And then he would sit and he would like I'm sorry.
Simone is going off the book. Simone is going off script in a crazy way. First of all, shout out to the man that eats dog treats. I think you're awesome.
Hold on.
I think you do you. You're not hurting anyone.
Hold on.
Okay.
Then he used to bring.
Stop it.
Oh my God. He used to bring like a little.
Stop it.
A liter bottle, empty liter bottle.
I will not allow this story to go.
He used to bring an empty liter bottle and he used to spit in it.
Shut up. Sorry. Stop. You're ruining my day and I need you to stop. Stop.
What happened to... Don't make fun of Michael. Don't tell
I'm not making fun. I'm protecting him. Okay, all of this is to say, you guys, that everyone finds different things gross. Sure. And it's important not to yuck each other's yums in general in life. You know, if you're entitled to be disgusted by something, but you can't judge someone else for not being disgusted by it.
Now, this is the part where I start to have a lot more sympathy. And that's what's fucked up.
Arousal lowers people's disgust gene.
Yes.
You're a lot less disgusted by things when you are aroused.
Also, your pain tolerance shoots up when you are
I
aroused.
did not do the scientific research for that statement, so I can't back that up, but I trust my cohort, Simone, on that. However, I did do the science in that there was a trial done with a bunch of different women and they had to, I believe it was 3 different things. They had women go through 3 different things. One set of women, they showed before the science experiment, they showed them pornography. They showed them like erotica to get them aroused. Another group of women, they had them just sit there and wait and watch nothing. And the third group of women, they had watching like adrenaline rushing like action movies or whatever. And then after that they brought them into a room with 3 different things.
What were they?
One of which was a bowl of condoms that they were told were used prior and they had to put their hand into. Another one was, I believe, a bowl of urine that they had to put their hand into. And the last one, they had to drink a cup of water that had a large bug in it.
What the fuck? No.
And then it wasn't until afterwards that it was revealed it was a fake bug. It was not pee, and it was unused condoms. But as far as they knew, and they measured everyone's like how grossed out they were before and after, and how much like it affected them. And the women that were aroused were the ones that were the least grossed out by things. Wow. So speaking of the link between being grossed out, being aroused, etc., this goes full circle. If there's one thing we're gonna do on this show,
it's bring it full circle, baby.
Are you grossed out by sneezes? Some people are.
Why?
What do you mean why? We just did a whole fucking science on how people are grossed out by things that get them sick.
That's true. It's almost kind of cute to me. Like in the way that you think a burp is kind of cute, I think a sneeze is kind of cute.
Why do men love to scream before they sneeze? Specifically dads. Why do dads love to go,
you know what?
What's up with that?
My mom does that. She's but she's a breather. She's like,
people's sneezes are wild. I know someone that sneezes like I'm like, oi, oi, oi. It really says a lot about someone. But the screamers, there's a screamer. My dad's a scream sneezer.
My dad's
Shout
a
out
screamer.
To you, Dad. My dad is a scream sneezer, like, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, it's like an announcement. I'm like, that's crazy. But there is a scream sneezer that lives in my building. I believe on my floor, and I hear him from time to time. And I'm like,
hey.
Why do I hear him in
Brian.
another apartment? You're asking? Because he's going,
and you're like, bless you, Brian. And he's
say,
like,
bless you.
Thank you.
But having said that, foot fetishes, they're a big thing.
Yes, they are. We couldn't have an episode about feet and not talk about foot fetishes. Like, come on.
Right, to address them. Let's just address the elephant in the room, foot fetishes. Feet tend to be a really polarizing topic. People either love them or hate them, or some people have no opinions, of course. But in doing my studies on this, it was interesting because there's not one foot that people are aroused by. Like, some people are really into clean feet. Some people are really into dirty feet. Some people want to touch the foot. Some people just want to observe the foot. And there are several reasons behind it. Some people say it's because of your brain, because the part of the brain that is connected to your feet is right next to the part of the brain that signifies arousal. There are other scientists that say it's because a foot is phallic in nature. A farther reach, in my opinion, was other people were saying the folds of a foot could be resembling of a vulva. And then there are other people that say...
No. What?
That is what I read.
The folds of a foot?
Mashable.com. But there were scientists that were bibliography at the bottom. But then other people were saying it could be because of the taboo nature of it.
Okay.
That people are like, oh my God, put those away. Like, and in a lot of cultures, like, feet are thought of as to be, dirty, unclean. It's very, feet tend to be very taboo. So it's that like, I know I shouldn't like this element that can get people going.
I think that in the Nation of Islam, I think that that's the one where before you pray, correct me if I'm wrong, I really want to learn more about other religions because I've grown up Christian, but I'm almost sure that it's people that are in the Nation of Islam, they wash their feet before they go pray. It's like a sign of respect before they go pray. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, all of our people that are part of the Nation of Islam.
Of people that have foot fetishes, how many people would you assume have a foot fetish? How common do you think they are?
I think they're extremely common.
One out of every
3 people. Like 33% of people.
According to my research, which again is me and my friend Google.
Period.
Me and my Googling. Me and my assistant Google. It's 1 out of every 7. So not quite as common, but of course with things like the fellow scientists in the room understand, it can never be exactly accurate because first of all, not everyone on Earth was asked.
That's true.
And also some people may not feel comfortable sharing. Yeah. But yeah, it's 1 out of every 7 people.
See, I want to make it clear too, and I feel like people are going to be like, so you just had an entire presentation about why feet are disgusting, like men's feet are disgusting, and then when we get to the sexual part, I'm like, I really don't judge. Like, if you have a foot fetish, like, whatever, who cares?
Oh, okay, so maybe you can add that. Maybe now you're understanding that maybe they can have feet to pop on, but only during sex.
Okay, yeah, they can have feet for sex. They can have bare feet to pop on. And also, you have to submit a form to the council.
To Simone. The council being just Simone.
Just me, and I need you to
prove.
And
me and the Google form that I created because I'm obsessed with Google. Google sponsor us.
Please. And then after, you have to prove to me that you have a foot fetish. If you prove to me that you or your partner has a foot fetish, I'll let you have a pair of bare feet.
Because that would be a purpose in your eyes.
Exactly.
Because
you'll be using them for something. I really have only dated men that like flirt with foot fetishes or like a favor towards feet, except for like one guy one time. He like had a thing for feet, and our relationship didn't last very long. But I remember that we were like kissing.
What's his full name and address and social security number?
So me and Robert are on my couch and we are literally just kissing, like fully just kissing, clothes on, literally PG-13 at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know whether or not I was wearing socks. I actually think I might have been wearing socks. And
I'd be surprised if you weren't.
Me too, right.
Because you're a sock girl.
I literally right now I have on my hospital socks. So me and this man were literally just kissing, and he lifts my foot up. And usually I'm a pretty, like, my extremities get cold pretty easily, including my feet. So my feet are generally pretty cold. He lifts my foot up and he like proceeds to like peel my sock off, and I'm like, what is happening? And then he puts my toes in his mouth while I'm looking at him dead in his eyes. And again, it's the whole being aroused thing that, like, if we were like doing the horizontal tango, and if we were already doing the horizontal tango, like you can whatever, it's like, it's cool, like put my entire foot in your mouth, cool. It was almost comical to me, so I had to hold in my laughter because I wanted to laugh so bad because it was so awkward. Like my cold toes, my cold toes in your mouth after we've kissed for 2 minutes. 2 minutes and my cold toes are in your mouth. So that happened. But I brought that up to say that the whole worshiping thing, I can totally get that because I'm not a foot girl. However, I do find, like, now I like putting my toes into a boy's face, or like I like being like, rub my feet, like touch my toes. Like I'll put my literal toes on a boy's forehead.
But you feel differently about women's feet, so that doesn't go against your point earlier.
That is true, because I can look at women's feet all day. I can appreciate a woman's feet, even the feet that are quote less aesthetically pleasing. I can look at a woman's feet.
Everyone's body is beautiful, I think. Every foot is beautiful in its own way. Just because Simone's grossed out by your feet, men, don't be ashamed of them. I think they're fine. Don't be self-conscious. I don't think anyone should be self-conscious about any body part of theirs.
Period.
But having said that, and in saying that, even though Simone doesn't like men's feet, literally a fetish, which is defined as having like a kink towards a part of the body, is the second biggest, most common kink in the world. What the point is that at the end of the day, disgust and arousal are two very natural and normal human emotions.
Period. No judgment. Even though I made an entire PowerPoint about how gross men's feet are, the reality of the situation is that y'all will keep your feet. It's cool.
If men had pop-off feet and like didn't have bare footies accessible to them, I think that women would be shamed and made to feel lesser than and insecure about their feet.
That's a good point.
Like it would be another thing for men to be like, ew, you have feet?
That's true.
And like it would be seen as like a power stance to just have little Barbie dolls.
That is crazy. You are so right. The way that it will be immediately turned against us is
that's
insane.
That's why vulvas are considered, like, that's why there's so much stigma against vulvas. The amount of people that feel the need to get physical surgery on their labia to make it look one specific way breaks my heart. Because that should not matter. And like anyone that has the honor of seeing your vulva should be saying nothing but that is the most gorgeous thing in the world. Period. And it doesn't matter what it looks like. It's able to pop out a human being.
And it's able to pop on my penis or pop on my
pussy.
to
pleasure. It's a powerful thing.
Period.
All right.
It's our reoccurring segment, Scream of the Week.
Scream of the Week.
I wanted you to do it. I looked at you like, do it. Yeah. Isabella, do you want to go first with your Scream of the Week?
Sure. Okay. My screams are always TikToks. In case you guys don't know, I have two great friends. Their names are Google and TikTok. And we hang out a lot, more than we should. There was a specific TikTok that I will screenshot, send up here. She said, I'm trying to see the world a little more through my dog's eyes. Because her dog was sitting there looking at her, like crying. She was eating a piece, let's say, I don't remember exactly what it was. Let's say she was eating a piece of chocolate cake. And the dog is on the ground begging for this cake, looking at her in the eyes, like crying, like whole body around her leg, being like, please, 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 I want the chocolate cake more than anything. Like, I want it, I want it, I want it. Okay. And she is like, it would kill you. But this dog doesn't know that. The only thing that the dog knows is like, mommy isn't giving me the one thing I want more than anything in the world. This is so hurtful. This is so devastating. Yeah. And what she said is, she was like, what if that's like your relationship with the universe. Like in your head, you're like, I really, really, really want this job more than anything. Please, 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 please. I really, really want this boy to like me. Please, 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 please. And the universe or the higher power or God or whatever you believe in is the one going, I know you don't know this, and I can't communicate this with you because you're a dog in this instance, but I know that this would not be good for you. This would hurt your stomach. This would poison you. This would whatever. This is going to hurt you in the long run. You don't know that because all you can see is how much you want this thing and how much it looks so delicious. But the higher power understands, I'm not going to give this to you no matter how much you want it because it would not be good for you. Yeah.
I've had like in starting my 2023, I've just been exploring a lot within myself, self-development, as I always am. But this one was in a much deeper way. And I came to some really deep realizations about myself. And I was questioning like how I'm going to move past them. Because these are like deeply rooted things within like me that were caused to me when I was a kid, which a lot of us can identify with. So I watch my Sunday sermon every single week, and it is from a church called Elevation Church, and Pastor Stephen Furtick was preaching about a concept called like do the new you, because it's the new year. Okay, let me just say this. If you are not religious, if you don't believe in God, but you believe in the universe, I believe that like those things can be pretty much synonymous. So when I'm referring to my higher being, I'm referring to God, whoever your higher being, great. But the pastor was talking about how there's this scripture that you hear all the time when you are a kid. If you grew up in like Christianity or in the church, there's that scripture. It's a Jeremiah scripture that says like, before you were ever born, before you were even placed in your mother's womb, I knew who you were. And the play on words of like doing the new you and God knowing who you were before all of this was so powerful to me, because he was talking about how all of the inadequacies that we develop, all of the fear, all of the reasons that you have decided that you hate yourself, all of the reasons that you feel like you are worthless or not worthy are all things that the world did to you, right? Like when you were born, you didn't have any of those feelings towards yourself. Like you didn't feel worthless. You didn't feel ugly. You didn't feel like you were not enough. The world did that to you. So how beautiful is it to think about the fact that your creator made you in his perfect image, and you are exactly the person that you were supposed to be, and every single solitary thing about you is exactly how you were divinely made to be in every single way. And you are so beautiful in the eyes of the person that made you. When I say I was sobbing on my couch, because like I said, like I had come to some realizations about some things that really fucked me up. And they happened in childhood and carried on to my adulthood. And to hear you were made perfectly. It's the world that messed you up, but you are perfect.
And just because there are people that might not see you as perfect in the world does not make you any less perfect.
Yeah, and you are perfect in the eyes of the creator. That is so humbling and beautiful to me. Like the person that made all of this, that made me,
made every part of you on purpose.
When I see a breathtaking like view, a beautiful flower, like things that just take my breath away, I'm like, the same way that takes my breath away, the same God that created that created me. So humbling, so beautiful. Whoever that can help, I hope whoever
that resonates with, that you are perfect.
And
that the world created you perfectly as you are, and any part of yourself that you believe is not perfect, society taught you that it isn't perfect. And on that note,
thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with us. We start the video off talking about how men should have feet, and end the video about spirituality and higher powers and higher beings, and you being perfect. Divinely made. And that is the nature of this show. And I'm and we're gonna be back next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that, and we just gonna keep on coming out with hits.
So let us know over on our Instagram at Swipe Talk Show. Message us if you love this podcast, if you have any ideas of topics you want us to cover in the future.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and then also for listening. I keep on forgetting because there's a camera in our face. If you have not learned from this episode, we are a very visual podcast. You can view the visuals for our podcast on Spotify And you can also leave us like a little comment on Spotify, which I love. So make sure you leave some love over on our Spotify, over on our YouTube, which has our visuals. And you can also listen to us anywhere that podcasts are available. You can listen to us audibly. And make sure
give us a 5-star.
Yes, whatever platform you are on, drop us a 5-star. If you don't think it's 5 stars, write it in your diary. We don't care to know. Thank you so much. You know what? Actually, you don't have to write it in your diary. Just pose it in a very sweet and constructive criticism way and DM it to us in private.
And follow us on all of our platforms. We've got TikTok, we've got Instagram, we've got YouTube, we've got
Patreon, we've got merch, we've got Cameo. We literally have every single platform that you can possibly be on. We are on, and they will all be linked in the show notes of every single place where you listen to the podcast. They will be linked in our show notes and on YouTube in our description box.
And having said that, thank you guys so much as always for supporting us and watching our show. We could not do this without your love and support. And it seems like the podcast is being reviewed really positively. So thank you so much. Thank you guys for supporting us. We could not do this without you, so it means the world. Thank you guys so much. We love you genuinely.
Thank you guys. We'll see you guys next week every single Thursday at 12 p.m. EST for Swipe Talk, where opposites attract with Simone and Isabella.